is important, okay? As much as we want to extend the hours in a day, or I think many of us also feel like there's this love-hate relationship with sleep. Once we are nicely tucked in bed and able to sleep, morning, wow, don't want to wake up, right? Yeah, how many of you didn't want to wake up this morning, especially with the rain? Yeah, I also wish that I can sleep in longer. Yeah, but then when it's time for bed at night, we don't want to go to bed. We still want to do things, watch our shows or whatever, or chat with our friends, right? So that's why I say it's a love-hate relationship lah. Yeah, okay. But sleep is so important for many, many reasons, okay? The first one is simply to recharge our energy. Just like at the end of the day, you need to recharge your phones, right? Charge up your phone so that you have full battery power when you leave home the next day. So we need to do that for our body. We can't plug ourselves in and charge, but how we charge is through sleep. Okay, I think that's the simplest one that everybody knows. Okay, we need sleep for that reason. But the second reason, okay, maybe some of you have not come across this info yet. When we sleep, right, our whole bodies, all the cells, millions of cells inside our body is actually going through repair, regeneration. Because every day, the moment we are awake and our body is functioning, right, to do everything we need to do throughout the whole day, cells are being used up. Okay, there will be some like damages from whatever stress, especially when there's stress, our cells will react. Okay, so actually this cell repair and regeneration is so important for our overall health. You know, in cancer, like one of the biggest, scariest health problems, right? Nobody want to get cancer, right? Cancer is, it happens when the cells mutate to become abnormal. And if you have enough of those mutated cells that are abnormal, that's where cancer starts. Okay? So there have been research studies linking like, people with poor sleep really do have higher risk of health problems such as cancer. And also the other major health problems like heart disease, stroke, all that. Okay? And another key benefit of sleeping, okay, is when we are sleeping, right, our mind actually does a lot of back-end processing of our memories. So whatever experiences we go through during the day, whether it's things that you learn in class or interactions with your friends, okay, all these form memories, right? But in order for you to like really retain the information, like become a long-term memory, okay, for you to make sense of it, organize all these things that you experience, when you sleep, the mind is still doing that work. So if you're not sleeping, you miss out on the chance for your mind to do all that processing for your memories and also for your emotions. When we process memories, okay, that also helps us to organize and process our emotions. So throughout the whole night when you're sleeping, actually, your brain goes through many, many cycles of this, like repair, regeneration, and then processing all the memories and consolidating it so that you gain meaningful information from your daily experiences. So you see how sleep is really key, not just for your energy, but it also helps you learn better. That's why I say it will help for a brighter future, right? How well you do in school, it's a direct relationship with how well you're sleeping, okay? And it's not just for your learning, for your intelligence, okay? Because sleep also affects your mood, and your mood is going to affect relationships, right? If you're in a grumpy mood, then you tend to be like irritable, impatient with people around you. Then the relationships suffer. But if you are sleeping well, okay, you're in a good, calm and peaceful mood, you interact a lot better with your family, with your friends, and then you feel good about all these healthy relationships, and it further adds to your well-being, okay? And so all this actually, you know, sleep is just one thing that we do every night, okay, like the same over and over again, but it has benefits for all these different parts of our life, okay? And so any of you think that sleep is for the weak? No, I am strong, I don't need to sleep, I want to do all these things. Nah, please. After this slide, Okay, I think you need to drop that idea. Okay, sleep is really helping you for a better future. Okay. Huh? Okay, so how do we sleep, right? Actually, nature is very amazing. Okay, the way we are built as humans, okay, our body has a natural internal body clock that matches the day and night cycle. Okay, so by right, morning when the sun rises, okay, our body will naturally start to become more active in terms of the blood pressure and then even our bowel movement, right? So the body really awakens when the sun rises. Our body will awaken and give us the energy, alertness, and all the hormones that are needed to go face the day. Okay, do what you need to do, and that will continue throughout the whole day. Okay, until evening comes, right? When the sun goes down, then the body is supposed to be naturally slowing down for the night. And the body will naturally produce this hormone called melatonin, which also induces the sleepy kind of feeling so that we can go to rest. Okay? And then when you're really sleeping at night, then you go through, the different stages of sleep, and your body and your brain will be processing all those things that I mentioned in the previous slide, right? Repair, regenerate, detox, and your emotional and memory processing. Okay, all that is done throughout the night until the sun rises, and then you start again. Sounds so straightforward. What can go wrong? A lot of things can get in the way because of our modern lifestyle. Okay, insomnia is a modern problem. Okay, long ago, right, there's really very rare cases of insomnia. Okay, but with modern lifestyle, right, because we want to do more and more things, right, so we install more lights. Otherwise, at night, so dark already, how to see anything, right? But with lights, that actually affects our body's way of producing those natural hormones, because with the lights, right, this man-made lights, right, it actually interferes with our brains and body's processing. So it tricks our brain into thinking that, hey, it's not nighttime yet, okay? And then the use of our phones also, like we can do so many things with our phones. Okay, all of you, this generation, I think the moment you get into like school age, there's phones easily available, right? A smartphone can do anything. Yeah, but sounds old when I say this, but when I was a student, right, I think only JC time that I had a pager. Do you all even know what's a pager? So pager is not a direct communication, right? You like have to leave your message on the system, then we'll have to like go and call a certain number to hear what is the message that my friend leave for me. Okay, only in university, then I had handphone. But at that time, handphone also can only make calls and SMS. None of the smart functions that you all have now. Okay, but so for your generation, it's like this is so much a part of your life already. You can't imagine what is it like without a smartphone, right? But because of the convenience that a smartphone gives us, then we also end up doing a lot of things on the phone and be distracted from the main responsibilities that we have. Then we realize, oh shit, 11 p.m. already, I haven't done my work. Okay? And then, of course, what we eat and drink, like if you are taking quite a lot of caffeine, okay, and also alcohol can disrupt our natural circadian rhythm, okay? And food, because if you have heavy meals at night, then your body still need to continue digesting. So instead of the normal slowing down and rest and repair and detox kind of work, right, it cannot do that yet because still have food to actively digest, okay? What time do you all eat your dinners? Who finishes the dinner by 7? Okay, a few of you. Okay, then who finishes the meals by 8? Okay, yeah. Who has the habit of eating supper? That's one of the items on your bingo sheet, right? Who eats supper quite often? Okay, 1 or 2 of you, okay. So you try to observe, right? When you eat supper, then you try to like go to bed like just a couple of hours later. Do you feel like the body just can't rest very well? Hmm?
Usually sleep sucks after I eat something.
The sleep quality sucks, is it? Yeah, or just can't even fall asleep.
No, it can, but like you just feel like shit after waking up.
Ah, so after waking up, even though it's been like what, 6, 7 hours, you feel like as though you never sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. So it really can have this kind of effect. Okay. And being busy, having so many things to do, multitasking, okay, that also actually disrupts our sleep cycles. And of course, with like stress coming from your studies or sometimes from your friendships or family issues, okay, stress and the way we manage our emotions, okay, if we tend to worry a lot or like, go into this overthinking kind of mode, okay, that definitely can also affect our sleep. Okay, so these are all the possible areas, the possible sources of stress or problems that can really disrupt our sleep. So what do we do about it? I think that's why all of you are here, right? You want to know what to do about these problems. So I would categorize the strategies into 3 key areas. One is managing environment. 2 will be managing your routines. And then 3 is managing stress. Okay, so you may think that like, oh, sleep problems is actually all about what you do at bedtime. No, it's actually one whole lifestyle. Okay, whatever you do throughout the day, yeah, how you cope with situations, how you manage your routines, all this can have some effect on your sleep. Okay, so first one, what do I mean by manage your environment? Reduce clutter and disturbances. Yeah, because if your sleep environment, like if your bedroom actually has a lot of things, one, it will accumulate dust and affect the air quality. Okay, some people find that throughout the whole day they're fine, their breathing is okay, very smooth. But the moment they lie down in bed, they start to have stuffy nose. It could be because of the air quality in your room and whether it's dusty or not. Okay, and clutter actually also has this psychological effect. Right? Can you imagine you lie down and then just next to you there's like one whole stack of stuff, right? So even though you sleep with your eyes closed, but like psychologically you know there's a lot of things around you. That doesn't provide the kind of safety and relaxation that you need, that kind of feeling, right, in order to smoothly fall asleep. Okay. So when I do my counseling, right, there was one Sec 4 student that I was seeing. He was really struggling with his concentration. So he felt tired in class on most days. He found it so hard to focus. Even when he thought that he got the lesson, right? After that, 5 minutes later, you ask him, he cannot recall what was the lesson about. Okay? So when trying to find out what may be contributing to this problem, we realized that his sleep is actually quite bad because he has many siblings and it's a small, like 3-room flat. So only 2 bedrooms, right? Parents take 1 room, and then his 2 sisters, I think 2 or 3 sisters, they share the other bedroom. So this Sec 4 boy, he sleeps in the living room on the sofa. Okay, and then he says in the living room actually quite a lot of things, so it's cluttered. And somehow when he sleep on the sofa, he's like facing the kitchen, and then he start to think like, when it's all dark, right, he imagines things and then think that he don't know got ghosts or not, or something, what's going on in the kitchen. Especially sometimes you hear a bit of noise, then what is that? So again, he can't feel relaxed enough. He doesn't feel safe enough and comfortable enough to get good sleep. So once I explained that to his parents, they did some adjustments at home. Everybody helped to like clean up, reduce the clutter. Okay, and then they also put those portable screen door. They put it at the kitchen. When lights off, everybody go to bed, they just move the screen door there. And from then on, his sleep, not perfect, but better. And then he really saw the improvement in his learning. Yeah. Okay, so there's real effects, all this. Comfortable temperature is subjective. Some people like having like around 26, 25 degrees. Some people feel that must be around 23 degrees, then they feel comfortable enough to sleep. Okay, and of course your bedding, right? Your bed sheets, your pillows, even your clothes. Okay, if they're clean and comfortable, that would enhance your ability to sleep well. Good mattress and pillows. Okay. This also can be subjective. Okay, so last year when my daughter's mattress needed to be changed, I went to buy one on my own. Okay, my bad, I didn't bring her along. I just went on my own and then chose a mattress that I thought was good. Wow, firm support, that's what I like, and I think like good for the spine. Okay, but after it was delivered, my daughter lie down on it. She's like, why so hard? I don't like. So end up she's still sleeping on a floor mattress, which to her is like very comfy. Yeah, so she's sleeping on the floor on another mattress, and then that new mattress I bought, I spent $300. She put all her soft toys. Heart pain. Okay, so lesson learned. Buy mattress, okay, must bring the user. They go and test it out themselves. Okay. Use the bed only for sleeping. Why? Because our brain forms associations. Okay, if you're doing all sorts of other things on your bed, you're eating on your bed, you're playing game on your bed, chatting with your friends, yeah, watching shows on your bed, then your brain associates the bed with activities instead of sleep. Okay, so if you can, try to do all other activities away from your bed and use your bed only for sleeping. So after some time of being consistent with that, okay, your brain will actively associate, oh, once I lie down on my bed, it's for sleep. Okay, so these are some things you can do. How about routines? Okay, so for our routines, as much as possible, follow the natural day and night cycle. Okay, so that you can help your body like connect back with that natural schedule. Okay, that natural body clock that syncs perfectly with the day and night. Okay? Try to have consistent bedtime and waking time, even for weekends, even for school holidays. I know it's very tempting, right? Very tempting to wake up later on weekends or school holidays. Okay, so you can give yourself some allowance, can vary a little bit. Okay, but don't vary until like, wow, it's like 6-hour difference. Okay, because the consistency is also what helps our internal body clock to be able to wake up naturally or be able to fall asleep more naturally. Okay? Limit your naps. Okay, if you really have to take a nap, okay, take a short one, like half an hour or at most 1 hour, and keep your naps to the earlier part of the day. Like after 2 p.m., no naps. Okay, if you feel drowsy after 2, try to get up, do something active, go for a walk outside, right? Or do a good stretch. Because when you stretch, you breathe well, more oxygen goes all the way to your brain and the rest of your body. It helps you to feel more alert. Okay, and then activity, moving around, will also increase your alertness. Okay? Yeah. And then, of course, watch your diet, limit caffeine, alcohol, and smoking. Eating a nutritious diet also can help your body's natural functioning and schedule. Okay? Some specific foods that people say can help with sleep. Okay? Milk, kiwis, bananas, okay? Nuts, and fatty fish like salmon. Okay? So yeah, this one, not a lot of specific research evidence, okay, but there's some mention. Okay, when you look at like health guides, there's some mention. So perhaps the effects really vary from person to person. Okay? How many of you have wind down routines before bedtime? Yeah, so consistently, what do you do at night before bed?
Starting this year, I started to like journal like what I did during the day and what I haven't finished that I need to do the next day, so that when I wake up, I know what I need to do.
Wonderful, okay, because one of the things that keep people awake is still thinking about what happened during the day, or thinking like what I need to do tomorrow. Okay, so to help yourself, right, really, you journal it so that you already have it all down, right? And then you can tell yourself, okay, it's there. I'm done processing my day. I'm done writing what I need to do tomorrow, okay? So I don't need to think about it now. Can go and sleep. Yeah, so that's helping. You see some improvement?
Yeah.
Great. How about for you? What's your bedtime routine?
Podcasts.
Listen to podcasts. Ah, okay. How does that help you?
Because the podcasts I listen to are just of people talking, so
Mm-hmm.
it's not very exciting, not very intense.
Mm.
So it helps me just settle into that mode, in that mood of just observing, just listening to what's going on, but not really being active.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So, if you're watching any shows, reading any books, or listening to podcasts, yeah, try to choose topics that are not too overly stimulating, like those that like thrillers, make you really have that suspense and think like what happened, yeah, or things like make you think a lot and then try to analyze. All those keep it to the daytime, right? So nighttime, whatever you watch for entertainment or read, all that, keep it to something more less stimulating and soothing. Yeah, great. Okay. As much as possible, try not to use your devices 1 hour before the time that you want to fall asleep. Okay, so this takes discipline, I know. Yeah, just now, those of you who came earlier on, yeah, you're asking me like how to be consistent. Yeah, so consistency is really more important than doing like 100% of all this. Okay, so the tips and strategies I'm sharing with you, I don't mean that you need to like do all of them to ensure a good night's sleep. Okay, so let's not aim for perfection like that. Okay, because life really is never perfect. Okay, what's more important is your consistency. Come join us, take a seat. Okay, so even if you can't like limit yourself to no devices for the 1 hour, you can go for like half an hour, right? Okay, so now we're going into the area of managing stress. Okay, so one very, very common problem that especially in counseling, and not just in counseling, like even in like conversations with friends, I also hear like a lot of people tend to have a lot of thoughts in our minds, and we get like our mood just gets dragged by our thoughts, and then we find it hard to focus, hard to sleep. Okay, so I'm going to share with you this video that gives you a perspective on how to manage your thoughts.
You are not your thoughts. Every day, we have thousands of thoughts, emotions, urges, memories, and feelings. From the time we wake up in the morning, all throughout the day, to when we lay down to sleep at night. No matter who we are, we all have thoughts swirling around in our heads. We even think and feel in our dreams. Often, we don't realize how many thoughts we are having, and we get lost in them. Sometimes we're not even aware that we're thinking. We seem to be swimming in a sea of our own thoughts. When we are surrounded by our thoughts, it's easy to get caught up in them and react automatically, sometimes in ways we don't even mean to react. We might hold on to some thoughts, even when we don't want to, and it can feel like our thoughts are overwhelming. But thoughts are not facts, and they are not always true, even if they seem to be. Next time you feel caught up in your thoughts, try paying attention to them with curiosity and not judgment. It doesn't matter if they are true or false, right or wrong, just notice them. How fast or slow are they? Are they all very different from each other? Or perhaps you're having the same ones over and over again. Maybe they're even focused on one theme. Some of these thoughts may be unwanted. But instead of reacting to them, notice what happens to your body sensations and your emotions when you have these thoughts. Perhaps you will notice if they are bringing you closer to or further away from what is important to you or the goals you have for yourself. Observing your thoughts is a skill that takes practice, like playing an instrument. Sometimes it'll be easy for you to be able to notice and respond to your thoughts. Other times, you might have to work really hard to get some distance from them. You might even have to keep letting go of the same unwanted thought over and over again. But don't give up. Keep trying. Like waves in the ocean, thoughts are always passing through our minds and can affect how we feel and what we do. But they are not us, and we are not our thoughts. Learning to be aware of our thoughts can allow us to respond with more choice instead of reacting in ways we may regret. Observing our thoughts gives us some distance to see how our thoughts make us feel. We can then choose to act in ways that bring us closer to the things and the people that are important to us. Remember, you are not your thoughts. Try observing your thoughts with curiosity. Try it right now.
Yep. So what you can learn from this video clip is really about observing your distance, observing your thoughts from a distance. So actually, Harini, right? Yeah, when you journal, you write down your thoughts. Actually, that's a very good way to observe your thoughts from a distance. Because normally thoughts are inside our mind, right? But when it's inside your mind, it's as though you are within that entangled rope. Okay, you just imagine yourself being inside a whole bunch of rope that is entangled up. The rope represents your thoughts. Okay, so when we just think inside our mind and don't write it out or talk about it to someone, it is just like you being entangled in the rope. Yeah, and you find it so hard to get yourself out. You get so affected. Okay, but if you can write it out, if you can talk it out with somebody, then that helps you to see the thoughts from a distance. And then you realize that, hey, maybe it doesn't matter as much as I thought. Okay? So what are some other ways to manage stress? One thing is avoid multitasking. Okay? It is a myth. I see some of you smiling. Yeah, multitasking is really, really one big myth. Okay, the human mind is not able to pay attention to multiple things all at the same time. Okay, so actually when we are multitasking, we are like shifting our attention from one thing to another, right? So that kind of mental habit, right, actually makes our mind very easily distracted. And also very tired, mentally tired, because every time you switch from one thing to another thing, you have to like switch a different mode in your mind. Okay, and that constant switching back and forth is using up a lot of your mental battery. So you end up feeling tired, and at the end of the day, you feel like, like never do anything much. How come so tired? Yeah, so it's because of this multitasking habit. Okay, so whenever possible, you try to tell yourself to do only one thing at a time. Okay, so that helps you to improve your focus. It helps you to save your mental energy. And try to have periods of time when you're really doing absolutely nothing. Actually, that's one of my favorite pastimes when I was a student, doing nothing. I like to call it the art of doing nothing. Okay, because it can really have very good benefits for our mind. Okay, it's even okay to be bored. It's even helpful, good for our mental health to be bored once in a while. Okay, but because we have all these options, like our phone can do so many things, can do so many things, right? We get into the habit of always being on our phone, right? So boring, just standing in the queue or waiting for the bus, still several minutes to come. So bored, okay, take out my phone. Yeah, watch a video or like check something. But that means your mind will always be processing something. Okay, and that's why we get into problems at night when we're trying to sleep. The mind is so used to working non-stop, you can't switch off. Okay, so if you can train your mind to be flexible, okay, during the day, sometimes just do nothing and allow yourself to be bored and be okay even when you feel bored. Then during nighttime, you can more easily tell yourself, okay, now it's time for bed already. Yeah, I just stop thinking of anything and then slowly drift off to sleep. It will be easier, okay? Now, going into breathing techniques now, okay? So these are ways to manage your stress. Okay, sometimes when we sit for too long, okay, like when you're trying to focus on your work, right, or attending a lecture, a class like this, right, you sit for too long because of the lack of movement, okay, and lack of circulation, yeah, we actually start to feel like drowsy, okay? Can I invite all of you to stand up? Okay, we actually do two things at the same time, okay? Stretch and also breathe well. Yeah, so some of you already automatically, right, you feel the urge to stretch. Yeah, so that's very good, listening to your body, right? Noticing what your body needs and then doing something to help yourself relieve that tension. Yeah, so can everybody raise your hand up above your head towards the ceiling as high as you can and take a deep breath in. And then breathe out and release. Okay, and one more time, breathe in as much as you can and then out. Okay, what do you notice in your body right now, just with 2 deep breaths and stretching like that? What do you notice? Anybody? Feel a little bit calmer. Okay, yes. What else? Any other observations?
More relaxed.
Feel more relaxed, yep. Okay, so breathing deeply like this, okay, and also especially when you release the breath slowly, that has a calming, relaxing effect. Okay, so you can do that actually not only at bedtime to help you sleep, okay? You do that throughout the day. Because there are a lot of invisible stress that we go through during the day we don't notice because our attention is on something else. Okay, so if you can release stress using these simple methods throughout the day, that can also help improve your sleep at night. Okay, thank you very much. Now you can sit down again. Okay. Okay, actually one more for breathing, right? Can fit in. Okay, so let me just share with you another way of breathing. Okay, so the deep breathing that you did just now was the most commonly cited one. Okay, another one is called box breathing. Everyone know how to draw a box, right? Can you use your index finger to draw a box in the air? Yeah, so 4 equal sides, right? So in box breathing, what we do is when we go up one side, we breathe in. So you breathe in, everyone do together, and then at the top, right, okay, this line, you just hold your breath for a while and then you breathe out. And then you pause for a while and you breathe in again, hold, breathe out, and pause. Okay? So when you do this box breathing like that for a few rounds, because you have to focus on drawing the box, right, that shifts your attention away from the busy thoughts. Okay, whatever thoughts or worries you might have, okay, you shift it to this activity. So actually that's a way to relax and slow down your mind. And because you're also doing that slow, deep breathing as you draw the box, okay, it really helps trigger a natural relaxation effect in your body. Okay, now I have some stress dice that I'm gonna pass around to you guys. Okay, just take one and pass to your friends. So this is my gift to you. Okay, so normally you know stress ball, right? Okay, but this is a dice, so I've printed like different stress relief kind of strategies on each side. Okay, so after this session, right, you go back, you still have something physical to remind you what are the stress relief methods. And these are really easily practiced throughout the whole day, no matter where you are. Okay? And of course, one key way you can use this stress dice is just squeezing it. So actually there's also this progressive muscle relaxation is another way to manage stress. Because stress doesn't just affect our mind, okay? Stress also affects our body. So very often when we're feeling stressed, right, more than an emotion, it is also a body reaction. We tend to tense up. We hold a lot of negative energy inside our body. So when you purposely squeeze, okay, you can try it on your dice now. When you squeeze and you let go, okay, that's how you can release some stress, release some tension, yeah, from your hands. And actually, you can also do this for the whole body, right? So in progressive muscle relaxation, okay, even if you don't have a dice with you, you can do this. For your face, squeeze all your facial features together. You breathe in and you squeeze everything, scrunch up your face, and then you breathe out, you let go. And you feel the tension all seeping out, releasing. Yeah, and then for your shoulders, you squeeze up and release. Okay, then even for your stomach, you can pretend that you are like trying to squeeze into a very tight pair of jeans. You squeeze your stomach muscle, try to fit into the jeans, and then you release. Okay, and then for your legs also, yeah, you can like do your stretching and tightening of your leg muscles. Okay, so this progressive muscle relaxation, you can do anytime throughout the day and especially at bedtime. Yeah, so when you're trying to fall asleep, okay, you do this, you will shift your attention away from a busy mind, okay, and at the same time you're releasing tension, so that helps you to feel calmer and drift off to sleep. Okay, this dice can also be a fun thing, okay, because all of us need fun in our lives. Okay, sometimes when we're feeling stressed, we really forget about having fun. Okay, so how can this be fun? You can like play catch by yourself, right? Throw up and see how many times you can clap before you catch it again. You can bounce it on the wall and catch it. Okay, so up to you. Use your own creativity to see how you make use of this to relieve stress. And definitely, sometimes whatever we try on our own might still not be enough because the stress that you're facing can be too overwhelming. So if you need, please seek help from professionals, right? Like in your school, there are counselors in your school, and also in communities. Nowadays, there are many mental health services for youths, and a lot of them are free because the government wants to support youth mental health. Okay? Thank you all so much for your participation.